It's a wonderful day to wander, isn't it, Mr. Dash? Dash man, what do you think? Are you ready to go? Say yeah. Today is a big day because after we've been on our airplane trips for the last couple weeks, we get to go pick up the van.
Just to bring up the speed, if you rewind a couple videos ago, our water system in our van went out and it is currently at Airstream of Wyoming getting fixed. Now, while it was getting fixed, we traveled to Texas to visit some family. And for those of you that commented about Texas hot, it was unbearably hot. So much so that we went for exactly one run the entire time we were in Texas, because even if you get up at like 6 a.m., it was still like 80, 90 degrees with a ton of humidity. So that made it very, very tough to run. But we are back here in Jackson Hole. We just grabbed a hotel for the evening and we've got a rental car. So the plan is to jump in the rental car and head to pick up the van. Here's a little pro tip on booking a hotel in Jackson Hole now that we've been here for approximately a month and we've stayed in a hotel. If you're looking to stick to the big chains like Marriott, Hilton, and such, just know that you're going to pay a ton of money. We looked at the local Marriott here and it was going for $500 to $600 a night. And there's another Marriott here that was going for $1,200 a night. And the same can be said for the Hilton chains as well. Now, if you're looking for a bargain, then try to stick to some of the boutique hotels. We booked a hotel here called the Alpine for around $300 a night, which, relatively speaking, is a bargain in this area.
Or, of course, you can just go camping and then you can stay at one of the national parks for like $50 a night. Granted, it's boondocking, you're not going to have hookups, but, I mean, obviously that's beautiful and that's the more ideal route to go if you ask us. When we left the van at Airstream of Wyoming, the plan was to be gone just a little bit over a week. And last minute, we ended up needing to make a work trip to Florida, which was super fun. But it meant we were gone actually 2 weeks. So we haven't really left the van at all yet. So obviously, because it was at Airstream of Wyoming, we know it was safe, but we don't know if our power system survived. Does that mean our refrigerator like stayed cold the whole time? We took out all the things that we knew would spoil, but like not really sure how that's gonna work. So that'll be interesting to see today.
Despite the drive to the dealership being approximately an hour, maybe a little bit less, the drive is breathtaking because you drive through a national forest on the way here and the views, and I mean, honestly, it's just, it makes it an easy drive to get here, which is really nice.
Dan already filled y'all in on the fact that the Airstream team is fixing our hot water system. So we did get a text from them last Friday. They let us know it was ready for pickup. So I'm assuming that means all is kosher, all is well, all the tests went well, and it's good to go. They're also taking a look at our stabilizer system because it looked like one of our jacks wasn't going all the way up, and we had a blind that needed a little bit of love. So hopefully everything is perfect, and the only thing left we have issues with is the hail damage, and we're gonna be talking about what we're gonna be doing about that next, because that is what we're doing after we pick her up. So let's go grab her, make sure everything is good, then we'll fill you in on what the next steps are in fixing the hail damage. We've been having so much fun since we got the van. She is. Hello, van. all is well with the van. So the water system's fixed, went through a whole bunch of tests, working great. Our auto leveling jacks, apparently they just needed to go through a couple manual runs, and now they're all like moving and working together smoothly, so that's very exciting. As for our shade, apparently that's gonna take a little bit more work, so we didn't get to that, but it's really super minor and we're not worried about it. So, means we can take the van and get on the road.
What you pointing to, Dash? There's our baby. Time to hit the road.
Now here's the real question. Did the stuff in the fridge survive? Ooh, gonna bet that's a hard no. Well, no one died in here, so I'm betting that that is berries from the freezer. Yep, awesome sauce. Ugh, and it smells a little funky. Yeah. Ew. Okay. To be fair, we really should have known better on that one. So we're gonna go dump all of this stuff out and then hit the road. Alright, so I'm sure that was like $100+ worth of groceries, which is pretty depressing, but we tend to learn the hard way. And we're off. That refrigerator is gonna take some serious work. The batteries are dead, so our game plan is just to get back to Jackson because we gotta drop off this rental car and then deal with it from there. But first, gas. Right. Daniel went in and got some snacks.
Salt and vinegar chips. I'm a sucker.
Rent-a-car officially dropped off. What's next, D?
At this point, now that we've basically gotten the water system fixed, so we're good to go, we're operational, we've dropped off the rental car, the next date that we have scheduled is with Vinny's North Bay Airstream in Sacramento, California. And that is quite a ways from here. We're in Jackson Hole. We need to make our way all the way to Sacramento, California. And we need to be there in roughly a week and a half. So what's next? I don't know. I mean, I guess we can take our time getting there, or we can just gun it straight across to Sacramento, California. What do you think, Lauren?
But you mean like we haven't made a plan as of like right this moment?
We have no plan. We've scrapped all plans. That is probably the plan that I think is best to communicate. We have scrapped all plans for a majority of the year. We have scrapped the Albuquerque Balloon Festival Fiesta, which we were supposed to go to when we got back from Berlin, Germany. We've not scrapped Berlin, Germany. We're still going there to run the marathon. I'm going to be rollerblading a marathon on Saturday and then running a marathon on Sunday. That's going to be crazy. But beyond that, no Yellowstone, no Balloon Fiesta, no anything. The only plan is to get everything fixed and then figure out our next step from there.
We're both pretty tempted to just gun it straight to California so we can chill there, because we feel like we've been traveling nonstop, and as you can probably hear, I have a cold, which is really annoying, and I feel like we just keep getting sick. While we were on our vacation in Texas, we got a 24-hour stomach bug. Like the week before that, we both had another stomach bug when we were in the Grand Tetons. So we just really feel like we need some downtime. So gunning it to California and being able to just chill there for a minute would be really exciting. So I think our first step in order to do that would be that we need to get groceries so that we can eat in the van. And that means we got to clean that nasty refrigerator. So we're going to head to the grocery store that's here in Jackson, see if we can do that pretty efficiently and quickly, and then make a game plan from there. While I grabbed groceries, he did a great job cleaning the refrigerator. And groceries are officially stocked, but the sink still dirty. Apparently the worst of it is that we had 2 sticks of butter that were in the refrigerator that melted and got these bins like ridiculously gross. So he felt like there was no way he was gonna be able to clean them without completely filling our tanks. And right now we don't have anywhere that we're staying tonight, so we don't know if we're gonna have full hookups. So that wasn't very viable. So we're gonna go grab lunch now and then hit the road. We'll fill you in on that plan in a minute. All right, Dash Man, are you ready for lunch? Now we got lunch. Not leave Jackson without going to our favorite coffee shop again because we decided we're gonna drive. Where are we gonna drive to?
We're driving to, so while we were just at the restaurant, Lauren booked a really cool campground in Idaho Falls. It's approximately a 2-hour drive, so after the long day that we've had already,
We didn't want to go far.
we didn't want to go far. 2 hours is about the max of what we want to do, so we're going to head from Jackson Hole, where we are today, to Idaho Falls.
Mostly because it's a pretty normal sized city, so if we need more supplies, then we can absolutely get them. And we were able to find a campground that had full hookups and availability last minute, which is perfect. So we totally overpaid for it, or at least as far as I'm concerned.
It's on
as
the
far
upper
as an
end.
RV park goes, it's an
For sure.
overpayment. But it's supposed to be on the river, full hookups, they'll have laundry, so I can be on a laundry mat. So seems like a pretty good plan. But first, coffee. Let's go to Idaho.
Now that we're leaving Jackson Hole and really the Grand Tetons area, Lauren, what's been your favorite part of this entire trip?
True story. I was going to ask you at the coffee shop that exact same question, but it was too windy. So my favorite part of the trip definitely was the Grand Tetons, and I think our hike around the lake that was not really a hike around the lake. We went, we're supposed to do 7 miles, we did 14, but it was still amazing. I'm going to lose a toenail about it, or because of it, but it was my favorite.
Honestly, I would have to agree. I mean, even though we got lost and literally had to double distance and hustle back to beat the sun, seeing the moose, I think probably, seeing the moose will be the most memorable thing that's happened on this trip. Because you know mooses are large.
Mooses?
Moose. You know moose are large. Mooses, moosers, moosies, moose, whatever. But they are just, when you see them in person, they're one, majestic creatures. They literally just beautiful creatures. But two, they are massive animals. I mean, to stand close to one like we did, it was shocking at how big they are. So I wouldn't want to be that person trying to go pet a moose and wind up on YouTube getting trampled, because I'm sure people do that. I have more of a respect for them after seeing them now.
we've ever taken the van up a mountain. And what's the max speed looking like, D?
Literally, my foot, kind of hear the engine right now, is floored, and we're doing 30, 31 miles an hour, and it is absolutely pimped. This is a huge difference from the F-250 with like 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. That thing was a monster. This is on the struggle bus trying to get up this hill here.
I just looked at Daniel a few minutes ago. I'm like, what's your like biggest fear here? And he's like, that it gets so steep that the van just stops going up. But the views are super cool.
It's dropping.
Good news, we made it to the top. So now for a 10% downgrade for the next couple miles.
Rumor has it, there is a company called Rentec that makes an ECU upgrade for this Sprinter van that gives it an additional 100 horsepower. The downside, of course, is that it potentially could void your warranty. So if I do get it, you're probably not going to hear about it. But you may hear me complain a little bit less about going up and down mountains.
I'm not gonna lie, all of this up and down in elevation with a head cold is kind of miserable. Welcome to Idaho. Well, we made it to our campground, and it looks like a campground, but the RV sites are really big. Got a crazy nice picnic table, ridiculously cool fire pit, and a grill, which is awesome. And right behind here is access to a 10-mile running trail. So if I feel better tomorrow, we're gonna definitely be taking care of that, or taking advantage of that. And it's on the Snake River, which is like ridiculously beautiful. And we've basically been following it from Jackson Hole to here. As for what we're doing tomorrow, we haven't decided yet. We only booked for one night. So let's go see what Dash and Daniel are up to. Okay, obviously we've made a huge mess since we got here. What are you two doing back here?
Wrestling. Right, Dash? Right, Dash? Right, Dash? Ooh,
You boys ready for bed?
we're ready. Are you ready, Dash? Say, I'm ready. Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah.
You want to wave to everybody? You want to wave? Yeah? Say hi.
Hi. Okay, well Dash is ready to keep playing with Dad, and I think we're all ready to crash. So we're signing off for the evening. But make sure, if you haven't already, that you wander local this week, because as you know, it's good for the soul. As our baby giggles. See you later, friend.